Right on Point Blank, my guest is the founding host of Eyewitness News. He's hosted the longest TV show in Ghana, I think. Or I think the proper grammar is the longest host of a TV show in Ghana. Good Evening Ghana is the name of the show. He is also the board chairman of the Ghana Airports Company Limited. Paul Adom-Otchere, you're welcome to Point Blank.
Thank you, Umaru. Thank you.
How are you? Sorry, I didn't put it. Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much.
Do you miss radio?
And good evening. Oh, I do. I certainly do. I hope I'll be coming back soon.
No, if you come back, you take our job, so don't come back. Stay on the TV.
No,
like
we'll see. Radio is the best, isn't it?
Let me say that we invited Paul to come and speak about Dr. Bawumia's election. He had written an article, which is the reason we invited him. But between the time we agreed on this interview and the arrival in studio, a bigger matter has come up that we need to talk about, which is the SHRC report on a petition that has been brought to aid by one Sakut Amenga-Etegu, a journalist who had made some allegations against Paul Adom-Otchere, which allegations have been investigated by SHRC for close to 2 years now, and the report is out. And so I think it's fair that we start off with that. And if there's time, we'll talk about Dr. Mamadou Bawumia. The article he wrote about that is already on our website, so you may want to look at that. But let's start off. Paul, you're welcome to Point Blank.
Thank you very much. I'm hoping that we'll be able to finish this and deal with the other political matter.
I am hoping so too, but looking at the time, let's see how it goes. CHRAJ has issued a 53-page report, which was supposed to be an investigation into the procurement of a Christmas tree, which has become a subject of controversy. The headline is that you have been cleared, but a number of issues have been raised in there that you would want to respond to. First of all, what's your initial reaction having seen the report? I'm sure you've seen it by now.
Well, I've seen it. I have it before me as well. I got it this afternoon, and I have to say I commend the work that SHRC has done. They sat on this matter. I appeared before the commission 3 times, I believe. Mm-hmm. Staff of the GACL appeared before the commission 3 or more times. And the commission appears to have done a thorough job. And it excites me that these things are fundamental pillars of our democracy. And these things make me feel that our democracy is working and is working better than what you will find in other democracies in African countries. So the fact that SHRC sat, called all of us, went through the process, subject after subject, without prejudice, and looked at it, it encourages me that all the work that we've been doing over the last several years in helping the democracy to stand is not gone in vain. That we have a Commissioner of Human Rights and Administrative Justice that works. It
appears so, but they had a difficulty having you appear before them to answer questions and also give them documents. What was that about?
I don't know about that, because I appeared before them 3 times and I gave them documents.
But they've explained in their report.
What did they say?
They said, and I'm just looking for the page, that it had to take a subpoena before you provided some documents. Did that not happen?
Yeah, that didn't happen as they put it, because I was unaware that I had been invited by SHRC. They send letters to institutions.
Okay.
And so apparently, as they sent the letters, they couldn't hear from me. The investigator called. I got a call from somebody who said he was a SHRC investigator and that he had been looking for me. I think he called me on about a Thursday or a Friday. And I said I was unaware. I was aware that a petition had gone to SHRC. Some reliefs were being sought. But I was unaware that SHRC were looking for me. So as soon as he called me, he called me on Thursday or so. I went on a Monday. And then he explained to me that a subpoena had been issued and et cetera, and that they were looking for some documents. And I said, okay, I don't have the documents with me, but I'll provide them. And so I provided the documents. So they found me, they investigated and interviewed me at least 3 occasions, and they got the documents they were looking for. I'm not so sure why they put it in there, but I guess that they were recounting everything that has happened, as normally happens in
the impression that is created is that you were, to use a newspaper headline, you were running away from the commission until they had to bring that subpoena against you before you showed up.
Well, the explanation I give will tell everybody. When I went in the first instance, I asked the commissioner whether I can video this process, because it was a public hearing. SHRC is a public hearing. And I made the request for a videoing of it so that everything will be transparent. So that after it is done, today we would have just played the video. When they asked me a question and answer, everybody would have seen it. The commissioner said he declined that and said that, and I mean, he has the power to so decline. He said that everything that is happening will be recorded. So, and I'll be given a copy of the record, which I'm yet to receive, but I've been given a copy of the report.
So you've been given a copy of the report?
Not the record.
Okay.
To show, because I wanted my request for a filming of the process to be in the record.
Okay. Do you get the sense, based on the reports that you have seen, that you have been misquoted at any point in how you appeared before the committee, what you said?
Well, I have received the report about 3 hours ago. As you said, it's 53 pages. It is a full, complete report and comprehensive. Good work done. It includes many aspects of the case. And as you know, lawyers will distinguish between, in matters like this, two matters in the document. The 53-page contains two things. They contain the ratio decidendi of the matter, and they contain the obiter dictum of the matter. The ratio decidendi is the ruling that the SHRC has given, something that can be acted upon, either by another state institution, by law, or by convention. And the obiter dictum is observations or comments that he made that cannot be acted upon by law. So once I received the report in this short time, I quickly went to the page, which will be page 51, I believe, 51 and 52, which carries what I believe is the ratio decidendi. There are two aspects of it. The first one is the three reliefs that were sought by the plaintiff or the complainant. He asked SHRC to do three things. After he submitted his complaint, he invited SHRC that, having looked at this complaint, they should do three things. SHRC ruled on those three things, and that for me is the ratio decidendi. And then SHRC also proceeded to say something about, call something his decision. And in the decision, they say a few things. That also, for me, counts as a ratio decidendi. If we have time, we can go into the decision, and I can tell you my concern about the decisions or the ratio decidendi. So any other matter, I have not been able to look at it fully. My lawyers, again, have called for it, and they are looking at it. But the problem, or the matter that is before me right now, is that this report has come very late. All of us, I believe, including the plaintiff as well, had been expecting this report a long time ago. I would have been delighted if it came earlier, because coming at this time as it is in November, where my lawyers are now telling me that they won a case for me and that I have to pay them. And they're arguing with me this afternoon that it is because of the way they prepared me for the case. That is why the SHRC has ruled the case in my favor. And so I owe them, and this is November. So if this had come in August or something like that, I would have managed to pay. But in November, I'm not sure. So that is the only concern I have, that this report really should have come much earlier.
I'm looking at the report. The SHRC decided to outline 9 issues for determination. I think the controversial one was whether or not you acted outside your remit. And SHRC has mentioned there that your job as board chair is not to be involved in the day-to-day running of a company like that. SHRC went ahead to list for us the duties of a board chair of a public company like yours, and said that what you did by going to ask for quotations and all of that was not right. You should not have done that. What's your response to that?
I see that in the decisions, they put in the third paragraph of the decisions. It's on page 53, the last page. It says the respondent, being Paul Adom-Otchere.
Which page are you reading?
I'm reading page 53, the last page.
Okay.
It says the respondent, referring to Paul Adom-Otchere, should desist from interfering in the day-to-day administration of the GACL and leave same to management. I saw that. Now, there was a matter before SHRC, which is to say that there was a Christmas tree procurement or non-procurement or a Christmas tree purchase that had something wrong with it. SHRC were requested to investigate the Christmas tree. That's the matter that was before them. So the actions contained in the Christmas tree related to the respondent, being Paul Adom-Otchere, requesting, or as SHRC says, requested for some invoice. That is the single matter based on which they seem to suggest that there was interference in the day-to-day management of the GACL. Because for you to make a determination and ask the respondent to desist from interfering, it must have been a trend that has been observed about the respondent. I do not know how they observe that trend, because to observe that trend, you need to come to GACL or talk to the people. If they are saying that the people at GACL that they talked to told them that the chairman has been interfering in day-to-day, then I can deal with it.
But they don't need a trend to... They
need a trend.
They had a fact. They said that there's a part where one of the companies, if Favor was the name of the company, had replied and copied you.
Yes, that's a single matter.
And they say that it is because you specifically interfered.
No, I didn't.
In fact, if you look at page 49...
No, so let me explain to you about generally saying that.
Yes, I'm coming.
Generally asking that the board chairman or the respondent should not be interfering in the day-to-day when they are citing a single incident of some invoice being addressed to him.
Yeah, but
they said
it's because you were involved. They found that you were directly involved, and I'm not sure they needed a trend to prove that you have been involved
so then they
in at least one case.
Yes, it's one case, but what they've written in 3 is that he should desist from interfering in the day-to-day administration of the company. So they are referring to that one incident. So then let me come to the one incident.
Okay, so you're saying that it's one. They shouldn't generalize it.
Yeah, you can't generalize it. I'm not saying that is what it will be. You can't generalize one instance. And that one instance itself is not correct.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to talk about it.
So let me read it before you respond.
Yes.
49, page 49 of 53. The respondent partly, respondent is you, partly interfered in the procurement of Christmas. Yeah, they said partly. They say you partly interfered in the procurement of Christmas inspirations by the Ghana Airport Company Limited in 2021 by making demands for invoices. Paragraph 6 says, and this page 50, the interference by the respondent, that's you, in the procurement of Christmas inspirations by the management of the company in 2021 amounted to abuse of office. You abused your office. That's what CHRAJ has essentially said, and that appears to be the crux of this report.
Well, it doesn't show in the reliefs that they were asked, and it doesn't show in the ruling of CHRAJ.
But
it doesn't show
in the report of CHRAJ.
Yes, so it's
50.
an obiter. It is an obiter. It is not the ratio, but I'll deal with it.
So you're saying this is an opinion?
Yeah, it's an opinion of CHRAJ. Clearly,
if it was not an opinion,
that's what obiter. Everybody can check. If it was not an opinion, they will put it in the ruling. It's an opinion that they express, and that opinion can be challenged. So let me deal with it. Now, the board charter of the GACL is clear. It requires the board to have a certain oversight responsibility over the management. In doing so, you will request for documents from the management. And why this happened was that at the time I had just become board chairman, and I was told that a certain figure was going to be expended on the Christmas tree, a very substantial figure. And I said, no, you can't spend that. You can't spend that on Christmas tree. People should sponsor Christmas tree. You cannot do that. And then they said the time was, I said, no. The ceiling of what you can spend is X. Let me see the invoices. That's what happened. I don't know.
So that's how you were copied?
Yes. I didn't ask anybody to copy me, but during the meeting, I said I wanted to see the invoice. This is a meeting of management, and I happened to be there just last week. There was a meeting of management that we participated to resolve issues, especially where money was to be spent. And I don't understand how a board that should naturally have a review jurisdiction over management cannot ask for documents like invoices where public money was going to be spent. I don't know whether that act represents interference of the day-to-day, because that's the responsibility of the board of directors of the company. They have a fiduciary. That's what the law says.
They outline for you what you should do versus what the CEO should do. They would have no difficulty if there was a CEO who did this. But you as board chair, they thought you were overreaching your
but
bounds.
the CEO is part of the board and is part of the management. Yes, so he leads the management. So CEO comes and says, we are going to spend this amount of money. And I said, hey, no, you can't do that. You can't spend this amount of money on Christmas trees. He said, well, but we don't have what to do. I said, well, we need sponsorship. So I got sponsorship, and I don't know whether they captured it. We got a letter from a company to sponsor the Christmas trees, part of it. It was too late for that company alone to shoulder the responsibility. So I insisted that I will want to see the invoices, not to change it, not to amend it, but to see it, to be sure that the ceiling that had been set by the board, and that's very important. Yes,
so
the ceiling that had been set by the board had been met. I had disclosed all of this to CHRAJ, and that is why I wanted a filming of the process.
Very well.
Like today, I would have showed you the video that this is what I said.
Very well. I'm sure you can ask for the transcript, because they've actually put a transcript of everything you've said to them in this particular report. You can look through, and if in case they misquoted you can make that point. Page 50, there's another thing they talk about communication. Your job is journalism, but you're also doing board chair.
Yes.
I remember the last time I interviewed you here, I asked you a question. I said, Paul, you host a television show. You are a member of a public board. How do you manage the two? I remember very well you answered me and you said you are free to talk about it if you so wish. CHRAJ has made a point here. Point 7 on page 50. They say, the respondent communicated in the media on matters relating to the procurement of the Christmas inspirations by the GACL. They were talking about what you said in response. And they continue to say that the interference of the respondent in the procurement of Christmas trees by GACL and communications by him were contrary to the principles of corporate governance. That's another indictment of a sort.
Yeah, the principles of corporate governance as enshrined where?
They have actually listed it, and they said it's a corporate governance law that is a
law.
Corporate governance principle that existed before you took office, which was the existing one in 2015. I can find it somewhere, but that's what they reference.
Corporate governance principle that existed in the company. Is that what, are you referring to the company?
I think it's general public service. They say that's what existed as of the time you were there.
And that doesn't allow the board chairman to do what? To speak on publicly on something. Is that what they said?
Well, they said that you should not have. You have interfered. And you have also spoken...
Interfering relating to the invoices.
Yeah, they say interference of the respondent in the procurement of Christmas trees by the GACL.
Yes, the interference
and communications by him.
Yes, communication was
contrary to the principles
yes,
of
communication was about this. There was a misconception about Christmas trees in the public domain on social media.
I think they referred to your show, Good Evening Ghana, 7 January 2022.
Yes, so I referred to, there was general communication, wrong communication about the Christmas tree, propaganda communication. So on my Facebook page, I responded. And then on television, I responded. to explain to people that this is the truth of the matter, not what they are saying. Now, SHRC is concerned that when you are a board chairman, you shouldn't speak about procurement issues of the company publicly. Okay, I hear them. But I do not know how that fits with that Chapter 5 of the Republican Constitution of 1992. If you become board chairman, have you lost, do your rights diminish under Chapter 5 of the Constitution because you are board chairman, where you go to swear an oath of secrecy as a minister, deputy minister officer, as a board chairman, then the oath of secrecy binds you from discussing matters that have occurred at the board for certain purposes. But I'm not so sure that if there's something against the company, if there's an issue against the company, recently the company was accused of charging $7 or something. And we responded. I spoke about it publicly.
But are you the one who's supposed to respond for the company?
Well,
I'm sure that's what SHRC is pointing out here, that you should be doing. You are the board chair. In fact, that's the highest place.
I hear all of that, but then I'm comparing it to the rights of individuals in Ghana, whether they are board chair or they are not, enshrined under the 1992 Constitution. I'm not so sure how the two play together, that there is a law that circumscribes my right under Chapter 5 of the Constitution to speak about something, that the right to speak, then the right to speech is circumscribed because I have become board chairman. I don't know. Okay. These are matters that we have to discuss and get it in. That is why I'm happy that SHRC did not put this in the ratio. They are expanding the law. And that is what democracy is about. Okay. They are using this opportunity to raise their opinion about certain aspects of the law, and we can continue to discuss it. Okay. I take a completely different view. That when somebody has become board chairman, his rights under the Constitution have not diminished. I've seen on social media, and I like to say this, I've seen on social media this evening, people saying that the Adom-Otchere matter now calls into question why media people should be appointed board chairman. And I get concerned about that, because lawyers can be appointed board chairman, doctors can be appointed board chairman, but a journalist cannot be appointed board chairman. I do not understand it.
At what point is there a difference between Paul Adom-Otchere, the journalist, and Paul Adom-Otchere, the board chairman? At what point should we take what you are saying to mean board chair speaking or journalist speaking? I believe that's the reason that people were raising the points there. And I remember raising that question with you here.
If I'm a lawyer at the bar, at what point does the difference arise from board chairman and being a practitioner of the law at the bar for my clients?
It depends. If you are representing your board and you are the board chair, that clearly cannot hold.
I don't understand. It cannot hold that what?
You are a lawyer for...
I'm a general lawyer for clients. I'm also the board chairman of GACL.
Yes.
Where is the difference? You are asking me
to
to explain to you.
Can you represent GACL as, even though you are board chair, you want to also represent GACL in court? I think that's a difficult thing.
GACL can have their lawyer, but if I'm sitting in the court, I can rise as amicus curiae and speak for GACL.
Let me speak to the man who...
What is the point about... What is wrong about that? We need to expand on this matter, because journalists are getting whipped. Lawyers can be board chairman. Lawyers in Ghana can be board chairman.
Yes.
Doctors in Ghana can be board chairman. Yes. An engineer can be board chairman. As soon as a journalist becomes board chairman, then people have a problem. Because journalists don't have the capacity. No, journalists don't have the brain to be board chairman. What is it that journalists are lacking? They should tell me.
Because journalists are called the fourth estate. They hold a difficult balance between...
Members of parliament are board chairman. Have you seen that?
Journalists.
No, you're talking about the estate. So we're talking about the first, second, and third.
First, second, third, they are all government. But journalists are not.
First, second, third are not government. Legislature is not government.
Is it not an arm of government?
Yeah, it is. So the legislators become board chairman.
That's government.
So does the fourth estate can become board chairman.
But fourth estate is not government.
No, I don't. Legislature is not government. Okay. How is it government?
No. Let me go to the man who brought this case to CHRAJ, for which reason you were invited. Sakut Amenga-Tego is a journalist, actually. He's the one who sent this to CHRAJ. Sakut, you have been dragged on the carpet by CHRAJ. I'm looking at all the conclusions and findings. They say they cannot hold or grant you any of your reliefs, and they cannot even report Paul Adom-Otchere to any authority as you have requested, because you had no evidence to prove any of your claims that you made. What's your response?
That's very, very, very interesting. It reminds me of the headline that some people just drew my attention to from Citi newsroom online that says that Paul Adom-Otchere has been cleared by SHRC. And I was wondering whether the person who wrote that story actually read the report. If they read the report, then they have the same poor understanding as Paul Adom-Otchere and the Ghana Airport Company, who went to SHRC to argue that by renting...
Sakut, just a second. Sakut, because you are... Sakut, just a minute. You are impugning on the integrity of the media house I work with. And so I think I owe it a duty to... No, hold on, just a second. I mean, I'll let you speak. I am looking at the decision of SHRC, page 52 or 53, which they wrote to you. They addressed it to you. Your house number or lane is 18th Lane, Davis Arcade, Osu, Accra. They've put your phone number there, Sakut Amengaitego. Page 50 or 53 says, accordingly, the commission decides as follows. And they list all of it. They say, 1, the GSEO should henceforth apply the provisions of blah, blah, blah. The respondent should desist henceforth, blah, blah, blah. The concluding part, they say that the respondent should desist from the interfering in the day-to-day. The procurement authority should take steps to cause amendment, blah, blah, blah. There's no point did they say, I'm glad you have read it. But they have said that you have not brought any case that they should really accept. The summary of it is that they've dismissed your petition. If they've dismissed your petition, that is clearing. They've cleared the respondent. In fact, if I look at page 52, the first paragraph at the top, the last sentence says, the net effect of this is that the commission partly grants relief 1. But they said they have rejected your report.
Can I speak now?
Good. Go ahead.
The report is 53 pages. So why are you restricting me to 1 page of the report?
But I've just given to you the relevant parts.
Everything is relevant. There's nothing in the report that is not relevant. So
if everything is relevant, but the conclusion is what matters. The conclusion says that,
and that's what I'm saying. That headline you put out there, that Paul Adom-Otchere has declared, you have the same poor understanding as Paul Adom-Otchere himself and the Ghana Airport Company, who went to try to argue that by renting Christmas trees, it is not procurement, and therefore they don't have to go by the procurement law. And what did CHRAJ do? CHRAJ shut down that argument.
That is also not true, Sakut. You see, you are a journalist, and I expect you when you are reporting, even though you are interested. I am. I have the report in front. Sakut, just hold on a second. What CHRAJ did was to go to other countries and define what procurement is. And when CHRAJ came to Ghana, CHRAJ says that there's some lack of clarity in what procurement was, and that the issue of renting cannot fall under procurement. So it continues to advise that there should be steps taken. In fact, the last point says the Public Procurement Authority should take steps to cause the amendment of Act 663 to clearly include an interpretation of the terminology procurement. This means that CHRAJ has found that there was no procurement, there was no need for procurement, which is what it has said. Please continue.
Now, if you listen to me, there were 2 defenses that Paul Adom-Otchere went to CHRAJ to go and put up. His first defense was that by renting the Christmas trees, it was not procurement. CHRAJ has shut that down, says it is procurement. So there's no argument about that. If you like, you can turn it upside down. CHRAJ said it is procurement.
Can you show me which part of the page said, did CHRAJ say that what happened in terms of rental was procurement?
If it was not procurement, why did CHRAJ say that the Ghana Airport Company since 2018 has been renting Christmas tree and breaching the procurement law?
Sakut, show me what page you are quoting from which said that CHRAJ has shut down his defense that what they did and needed procurement authority to approve.
Umaru Sanda, you claim you have the report in front of you.
I am not claiming. I have it in front of me and I'm live on camera. Everybody can see that. You show me where you are quoting. I've showed you where I quoted from.
I don't listen. I don't need to quote for you, but I'm telling you that.
No, but if you can't quote, then what you are saying cannot be believed. I have said what I've said and read black and white. Joseph Wutau's signature is here before me. Can you tell me where the report was shut down? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I've read this report before you media got it.
No problem. You are the one who it was addressed to. But I'm saying that, can you show me where you are referencing so that we can make progress?
Listen, do you want me to speak? Is this an interview or you are here to defend Paul Adom-Otchere?
I'm not defending anybody. I'm just asking you to say what you have said and prove that you have said what you have said. Do you have any proof of what you are saying?
Hey, why didn't CHRAJ say that the Ghana Airport Company has breached the procurement law since 2018?
Yes.
Because they claim they are renting and therefore they don't have to go through procurement law.
I can read what it said. It says the Ghana Airport... No, hold on. Let me read for you. It said the Ghana Airport Company has over the years from 2018 to date been renting Christmas inspiration without recourse to the Procurement Act as amended. The CHRAJ did not say that was a problem in any way. So that's why it advised that the Procurement Authority take steps to amend the law.
In fact, CHRAJ has said about the recommendation, CHRAJ has said that the procurement law has been breached since 2018 by the Ghana Airport Company Limited. So the reason why they cannot recommend charging of Paul Adom-Otchere is because it is the company that breached the law and not the individual. So I don't know what you have read and you argue with me. It is written in black and white. So why don't you let me make my point? I mean, is this an interview or is it a defense of Adom-Otchere? Are you dead?
So if Paul Adom-Otchere, the natural person, was not found to have breached, but the company, which is a legal person, has been found to breach, can you show me where CHRAJ said, legal person, you have breached A, B, C, D, there should be a surcharge against your directors? Can you show me that?
CHRAJ has said clearly that they will not recommend the surcharging of Paul Adom-Otchere because he is not the company.
Good. And did the CHRAJ also say that the company would be surcharged?
Even though CHRAJ didn't say the company should be surcharged.
So then there's no liability whatsoever.
Oh, there's no liability. But why does CHRAJ say that they must desist from procuring Christmas trees without passing through the procurement law? Why did CHRAJ say that Paul Adom-Otchere must desist from interfering in the day-to-day running of the company? Why did CHRAJ say that the Public Procurement Authority should amend the law and clearly include the definition of public procurement? What did CHRAJ say? Listen, why did CHRAJ say that they actually split the amount into two in order to avoid or to go around the Public Procurement Act? Why did CHRAJ say that? Or did you read all those things?
I have read everything, and I have read everything, but I'm saying to you that you can argue before a court or anybody like CHRAJ, but at the end of the day, the fact that you made that argument, if that argument has not been accepted, which it appears to be the case, your argument can at best be an argument, but not a decision. So the decision of CHRAJ is that Paul has not done anything wrong, neither has the company done anything wrong. So I just wanted to say that officially that is what I have, and I'm looking at the conclusion of CHRAJ.
I hope you read that CHRAJ said that when they invited Paul, he didn't show up, they had to subpoena him. And when he
I've engaged him about that already. I'm not sure if you were listening or not.
He refused to present any document they requested. He refused to present any document.
But he subsequently did. So I mean, that's actually a pointless conversation. Sakut, thank you. Are you going to appeal this at any quarters?
No, this is not an interview. You are doing a video of Paul Adom-Otchere. This is very shameful.
Nope.
You don't interview me. Is this an interview you are doing?
No problem. No problem. Whatever makes you happy. Are you going to appeal this?
So you have the same understanding as Paul Adom-Otchere and the Ghana Ever Company.
It's fine.
It's the same understanding.
Okay, no problem. Are you done attacking my person? What is the next step for you now that you've been thrown out by CHRAJ?
Oh, I have not been thrown out by CHRAJ. In fact, Paul has been fraud. He has been exposed. He has been exposed as somebody who sat there as a board chairman and interfered in the work of the management. In fact, he went to procurement and pretended that he doesn't know his procurement.
Okay.
He went to amounts in order to avoid the procurement law. He's been indicted, but he's just been left loose because he's a puppet of this government.
That's fine.
Government.
No problem. Let's leave it here. Thank you so much. That's Sakut Amega Etego. Is a journalist and the one who petitioned CHRAJ. And let me say for the records that what he's saying is not true. CHRAJ has not found Paul in any way, based on what I'm reading, and I'm reading from the concluding part of the Joseph Whittal issued CHRAJ report. Paul, that's your accuser on the line.
Yeah, I heard him. I think that you should ask your viewers to send him some love. I think the guy needs some love. He's too angry.
No, send him a Christmas tree.
I'll send him a Christmas tree.
But make sure you
go
through the right process.
But he should also take his Glanville Williams and read the difference between ratio decidendi and obiter dictum. He will understand it. Because it's a 53-page report that is useful for all of us. Mm-hmm. There are different aspects of it, recommendations, the advice. If he were to read the ratio decidendi and see the difference, the chasm between the ratio decidendi and the obiter dictum, he will not be on radio and shouting and screaming as if he's an angry man. Tell him that we love him. We are building this country together. What he did is good. I commend him for what he did. Going to get CHRAJ to rule on this matter is effective. Mm-hmm. It helps our democracy. He should tone down his anger and pain. Okay, there's no problem.
Leveo, before you leave the studio, CHRAJ has advised you. Okay, so two things. CHRAJ has advised Procurement Authority to go and amend the law.
Correct.
I'm not sure that's within your remit. For you, you're just a beneficiary of a lacuna. That's what it seems.
I don't even think there's a lacuna, but okay.
CHRAJ thinks there is a lacuna.
Well,
which
the procurement law says the exemptions.
Yes.
And the exemptions is rental. Rental is one of the exemptions in the law.
I'm saying that.
So if they want to change it, you can't call a lacuna is something that is lacking.
CHRAJ finds it lacking because if they didn't find it lacking, they wouldn't have called it that.
They find it an ineffective law that it should have included something.
So the one is
we even think that the 1992 Constitution must change. So that you are suggesting that something must change. It doesn't mean that the existing one is wrong. It means we can improve upon it. That's the work of CHRAJ. And they've done an excellent job.
No problem.
Tell my accuser that he should relax.
Okay. The final 2 points. Second point, CHRAJ says to you that you should desist henceforth from commenting on procurement issues at the Ghana Airport Company in the media, either in your personal capacity or as board chairman, so long as you remain the board chair of GACL.
I think there's some wisdom.
Would you accept that?
I think there's some wisdom in that. But I also think that it is a violation of Article 5 of the Constitution. You see, because we are building a society. We don't know tomorrow what will happen.
Okay.
You can't gag people from expressing themselves under the 1992 Constitution. If you're saying that for the good interest of corporate governance, when all things are equal, please, board chairman, don't be speaking about matters. I think that is a good advice. But we don't know what will happen tomorrow. So you cannot issue a gagging order against somebody that because he has become chairman of a board, his rights under the Constitution have been limited.
Okay.
I cannot accept that. I'm a constitutionalist. I cannot accept that.
We need to end it here. Thank you. Unfortunately, we couldn't make time for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. We'll do this again another time.
Let's do it tomorrow. I really want to talk to people about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So if you want me to come tomorrow, I'll be happy to do it.
No, I can't give you 2 days back to back like that. No.
Friday, Umaru. Friday, please. Friday.
Okay, I hear. If you say please, we'll consider.
But you saw Dr. Bawumia was elected with a comfortable majority.
Yeah.
Comfortable majority.
Yeah.
By the way, I saw the video of the president praising your MCing skills.
Yeah, what that means that the next time airport company is doing an event,
I should call you. I should call you to come.
On condition that you tell the procurement authority.
On condition that I don't call for invoices.
So that's Paul Adom-Otchere.
Thank you, Maru.
Thank you so much. That's Paul Adom-Otchere, host of Good Evening Ghana on Metro TV, board chair of the Ghana Airports Company Limited.